guys, my name is Dion Jewell. I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and I'll be bringing you some DIY projects this week that I want to share with our amazing products. If you've never heard of Chalk Couture, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about us. Chalk Couture was founded about 4 years ago by a couple of mothers looking to create things for their homes. And they came up with silkscreen transfers like these that they are reusable and have an adhesive back, and they're so easy to use. And the whole concept is that you don't have to cut something from a Cricut machine, which is very expensive, and you don't have to weed out your projects for however long that takes to weed out. This is actual chalk that is made into a liquid form, and I'll show you this one because this is the new formula paste. This one is called Golden Hour, and it's nice and creamy and smooth, so that's the type of consistency you want when you're working with chalk paste. And I'm going to be showing you a Try Me kit today, so that you can get an idea of what our Try Me kits look like. The other product that they've also come out with is ink. So we have permanent ink, which is if you heat set it, this will be permanent, and you can use this on t-shirts and tea towels and things like that, all different kinds of surfaces, as well as our chalk paste can be used on multiple surfaces. This is our board and base surface, and this is a boutique board surface that was made for Chalk Couture specifically. They came up with this surface. It is double-sided and reusable and washable. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this transfer on this surface. And all the directions are always on the back of your transfers as well, so it's so easy to do. But I find that it's a lot easier to see it done and watch a demo like I'm going to show you right now than sit there and read all the directions. I'm more of a hands-on person. I need to see, feel, and touch. So these silkscreen transfers, like I said, they're reusable, so you always want to label your backer what it is, because you're going to be placing this right back on the backer sheet. So this has a sticky back, as I said, adhesive back. And when you're putting it on a surface that's nice and smooth like this, also you do want to fuzz your transfer first. And what that does is provide us a layer of fuzz between the transfer and the surface, so it doesn't stick so hard that you can't pull it back up, and then you could ruin your transfer. So then I just take this side is a terry cloth side, and this is a microfiber side. So if you don't have our fuzzing cloth, you can use a bath towel, a hand towel, or something like that. You don't have to have our cloth, but it is awesome. It's nice and handy. It's the perfect little size. You throw it in your washer. You can use like a Tide All or something like that detergent with no like chemicals and whatnot in it. And my nails keep catching it, so I keep pulling mine. But you can use that, and you don't need to buy ours. So since I've used this transfer multiple times before, I'm going to just fuzz it a couple times. And I'm going to place it more closer to the top of this transfer because... let's see if I can get that straight. I don't ever measure. I eyeball everything. So I'm going to just slide this on, and we're going to press it down. So all these little areas are silk screen, so we're going to rub those down with our finger and get them pressed in so that we don't have any chalk bleeding through. The reason I started at the top is our base has a groove in it for the board to sit in, so you want to make sure that you're giving yourself extra room. So I'm going to take a little bit of my white chalk paste over here, and I'm going to glide this through. Our squeegees, sorry, this is a squeegee, and it has an angle to it, and I load up my paste on the angle. I'll always hold it with my thumb on it, and then I'll just glide the paste over the silk screen and fill those holes. Then when I want to remove any excess, you hold it on a 90-degree angle, and that excess you put right back in your jar. Okay. And then what we're going to do is a chalk and peel. Let me put my glasses on. I'm having trouble seeing. So I'm going to pull this up. That was our detail tool I just used. I just want to pull this transfer up, straight up, to release the chalk paste. And you could see how it made a beautiful impression. I'm going to let this dry a second. I see I did hit it a little bit. I'm going to grab a little drop of water and get that off with a Q-tip. I'm going to carefully put this transfer back down, and because there's paste there, I'm using my little tool. This is like a micro squeegee on the end, and it's got a pointy tool on that end. This is the detail tool. I love my detail tool. I'll use it for everything. So I'm just pushing this back down, and I'm going to lightly let that go, and we're going to do teal. This is Couture Teal, this color. It's a beautiful color. And we're going to do the word clean in Couture Teal. And I'm just picking up a little bit of paste and gliding it on. I just keep changing my direction of my board so I can be comfortable with the way I'm holding it. And you just glide the paste through, and then we're going to remove it. Hold your squeegee on a 90-degree angle and glide it across, removing the excess paste. Because all of this paste is washable, but also you don't need a lot, and you can save a ton of paste because that little bit on the edge can do so many more projects. So I'm going to go, you know what, let's release the paste. Let's release it again. I usually only do this when I'm using multiple colors. I'm going to pull this transfer straight up. I'm going to let that dry a second. I'm going to use my dryer a second. You don't want your dryer to touch your transfer because you can melt the transfer. Okay. Now I'm going to do the rest of this in white. I'm just gliding my paste through the silk screen. And now I'm going to take my paste off, 90-degree angle, and come across. And I'm just doing this lightly. Put all that right back in the jar. I'm going to lightly go over this again, make sure that I don't have any harsh lines. Put that back, and now we're going to peel and reveal the rest here. We're going to pull straight up. Before I take it all the way off, I'm going to make sure, yep, looks good. And now I'm going to place this just on my backer sheet so I can take it to the sink later and clean it. But I'm actually going to show you how to clean it here. So while this dries, so you have one project done. And that didn't take long at all. I'm going to set that to the side, let that dry, so I can just show you guys. This is what I would normally do in my sink. But we're going to pretend because I don't have a tub of water. I'm taking a little bit of water, right? And I'm going to use a board eraser. Chalk Couture does sell these. If you don't have them, you can use a little towel. But just get that paste off. I'm just moving the water around to soak that paste. As soon as the paste gets water on it, it reactivates the paste so it'll soften up. I'm just wiping this off. I'll throw that out. Grab another little one and wipe this off. I'm going to flip it over. And if you don't have these little paper towels, the better thing to do, which I just thought of it now, I don't know why I didn't think of it, was my antibacterial wipes. You can use antibacterial wipes to clean your transfers. It's actually better than doing the little towel I was doing because that could stick to the back side. You don't want to use a baby wipe because baby wipes have conditioners in them, but you can use an antibacterial wipe to clean your transfer. And you do want to clean both sides because the chalk will stay in the silk screen on both sides. Just wipe your area and you can go back over it again. You can see the chalk actually comes off much better with the antibacterial wipe. Now this, once you have it clean, I can go ahead and take this and set it on my my microfiber towel side and just let that dry, just like that. Now, if you do have a board eraser, I would definitely recommend using a board eraser because if you have one, it will actually get off even more chalk than the antibacterial wipe. It's kind of like a magic eraser, but it doesn't have the chemicals that a magic eraser has. And I'm going to show you. You see the color that's on there now? That's the extra paste that it left on there. So it's board erasers are definitely the way to go. So we're going to flip this over and let it dry, sticky side up. So then we have our first project done. Make sure it's dry. And I'm going to show you one other project. I just want to show you two. If you do get a little bleed on the L, I don't know if you can see it, there's a slight little extra paste on the angles. You take this detail tool and you can just scratch it off and now it's gone. That's what's really nice about the detail tool as well. So now we're going to make sure that this is dry. Just showing you guys how easy it is to make a beautiful design with our products. This is still a little wet. You know what? I'm going to use my cloth and I'll flip this over. And I'm going to show you the other design. This one is called Sunshine is My Favorite Color. And we're just going to do a one color on this really quickly. I have my backer already labeled because I have used it before. I'm going to just lightly give this a little fuzz on the back. And I'm going to place this on the board. And this one looks a little crooked. Let me go back. That's what's nice. You can always pick it up and move it. It's so flexible. The products are wonderful. You just want to make sure you don't have any bubbles. And you want to make sure that you press all your areas down so the chalk doesn't bleed through. Okay, we're going to use Golden Hour, and I'm going to go to our small squeegee. This was the size squeegee I just used, a mini. We're going to do a small. It's very cold here in North Carolina. My rings keep twisting on me because it's so cold out. All right, so I'm going to take some paste and just go across the top like this. And we're going to use the squeegee, same kind of hold as last time, and just glide it across. And there's, you know, any mistake you make, it doesn't matter. You can fix it. You just get more paste and glide it on. If you tried Chalk Couture once before, like before this year, you definitely need to try it again because our pastes have been completely reformulated. I'm going to turn this around because I don't want to hit my board. I'm going to drop the paste down in here. And they have a new Creamy Dreamy formula, which is really amazing. And this one that I'm using right now is a Creamy Dreamy. Okay, now we're going to make sure I take off all the excess, 90-degree angle. And if I see any lines, like I see a little bit of a harsh line here, I'm just going to take my finger and lightly smooth that out, because you will see it if you don't smooth out your line, if it's too much of a line. All right, so now we're going to pull this up. It's just easier to grab with my detail tool because of my nails. We're going to pull this up from the center and reveal. If I can hold the board down. There we go. Look at that. So pretty. So far, so good. I do want to wipe off this area on the side because I did hit it. I hit the side area here a little bit, but it wipes right off. And now you just let it sit to dry. So now you have a board and base. This is your base, and you can just pop it in here. And then you have, this side got nicked up because it was in the towel. It wasn't dry enough yet. And you have a project on this side. Now you can also paint your base, or you can decorate it. You can use a ribbon and decorate your base instead. And now you have a ribbon to go with your design to spruce it up. You can add another color to it. You can add, you know, like a yellow ribbon on this side. You could add a teal ribbon, teal ribbon to it on this side. There's so much you can do with Chalk Couture, and you can take it to the next level. You don't have to just leave it plain with a plain base and it's done. You can add your style and your pizzazz to it. So it's really flexible, really awesome products. I've been having so much fun with it. If you guys are interested, I do have a link to my VIP group, and I have the links to our other Try Me kits. This is just one of the Try Me kits that's offered. We do offer 6 at a time. There's 5 other ones that you can choose from. They have a palette board and also a box frame, as well as 2 designs that come on a board and base. This one I think is the easiest and best for brand new beginners. It can be washed off and use it again. I've done this before, as you can see, and I have a design here as well. So you can use them multiple times over and over, and I have done that. So what else did I want to say? I think that's it for now. I just wanted to cover the basics of what Chalk Couture is, and it's our paste and our transfers that are our flagship products, and they make for great gifts as well. You can get a transfer, and these, like I said, they are reusable, and you can reuse them 8 to 12 times or more if you take care of them, and you, after you use it, you wash it right away, and you know, put it away properly, like let it dry, put it away properly. You'll be fine. You'll get so many more uses out of it. But that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you for joining me, and have a great rest of your afternoon.